We will do a multi-view drawing here. So first of all, we have to determine which side is the best front view, and we start there. And the best front view is always the one with the longest dimensions and the most detail. So for example, if you look at a picture of a car, the front view isn't necessarily the front of the car, but actually the side of the car where it has the length of the car, which is the longest dimension, and most details of the car. So in just a mechanical part, it's not quite as simple, but you just find the one that's the most dimensions and most detail. All right, so first of all, if you look at Intro to Multiview, blueprint that I given you, first of all, we want to start with rectangles. And I want to make a rectangle that fits all three views, the front view, top view, and side view all together. And we need some space in between to include dimensioning. So, and again, there's no perfect dimension that you need for this first rectangle. So if you look at the height of my object, it's 2 inches and 2¼ inches, and the width is 5 3/8. So actually the depth, I should say, so the top view shows the depth, the front view shows the height. So the height is 2 1/4, the depth is 2, so that's a total of 4 1/4. Let's just add a couple of inches, maybe 3 to be on the safe side. We can always change it if we need later. So maybe 3 additional inches. That's a total of 7 1/4, so maybe just round it to 8. I know that doesn't round to 8, but so we'll do the height to be 8. And again, this isn't perfect, doesn't matter exactly. I'm just trying to keep it simple. And the width of our part is 5 3/4, and the depth of our part is 2 inches. So 2 plus the 5, that's 7, plus another 3, 10. Let's just do 8 by 10. And there's my rectangle that's going to include all of my views for my part. So next we want to explode, so X for explode, and then, or you can use the explode tool up here that we learned. Select the object, okay, it's exploded. Now what I want to do is use the offset tool to make my object. So the height of my object is 2 1/4, so I'm going to offset a distance of 2.25. And that's the only one I need because that height is shown on the front view here and on the side view here. And then we can enter to end the tool and then enter again to do it again. And we might do the depth. So the depth coming down here on the top view is 2 inches. So I'll come over here, and the depth is also shown on the right view. So I'll come over here. So there's my depth here and my depth here. And then let's worry about the other details. So enter to end, enter again to continue to start this offset tool again. And we have a piece that's 7/8 of an inch. So 7/8 is, if you don't remember, you can click the calculator tool. 7 divided 8 is 0.875, and that's one that you should try to remember. So we'll go 0.875, and then we can offset from, and notice it does everything on this, on the front view and the side view, so that's good. If we can do all of the same ones at the same time so we don't have to redo them, that's more efficient, but in the end, if you get it, that's good. Okay, and then this other piece is 2 1/4 minus 7/8. So calculator, 2.25 minus 0.875, 1.375. So we're going to offset 1.375, and that's going to be fact, actually, we don't need that. That's already here. My bad. So we'll do 1 1/4 for our depth, 1.25 from here down and from the right side over. And then we need to go 1.5. Let's see. Actually, our total width is 5 3/16. So 5 point. Yeah, I can't remember that. 3/16, 0.1875. 5.1875. That's going to be my whole width. And then I need to go 1.5 from here over. And then again, 2 3/16, so 2.1875. Is that what it was? Yeah. And then we're going to go from here over. Now it's getting kind of messy. If you have a hard time seeing it, then you can use a trim tool. Let's get rid of everything that we don't need. So we don't need all of this. In fact, we don't need any of this or this. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. And this. There we go. There we go. And of course, we don't need any of that. So we can delete that. And there's our front, top, and side view. All done. And that's how you do it. And if you want to do the dimensions, so right now we drew that as an object line. Let's change this to dimensions. And we can choose the dimension tool. And for dimensioning, if we need to know how many dimensions we need, so for the width of this part, we count all the verticals. We don't start with 0, so we start here. We count 1, 2, 3. We could do that on the front view. We could also do that on the top view. 1, 2, 3. So we just need 3 dimensions, and we don't want to duplicate any dimensions. So it's not just the number that's important, but the correct dimensions as well. So I am going to maybe, I like to separate the dimensions so it's not too crowded. So I'm going to put the full width on the top, and I'm going to click here and then bring it down a little bit and choose 5 to a distance away. And if you just be consistent, then your blueprint looks a lot more professional. And then from here I can go from here to be, again, stop for a minute until it says endpoint, and then bring it up 0.5, enter again because we want to do another one. Let's do from this edge to this edge, and this time I'm going to have it snap right here so that it's on the same level. And again, when you draw dimensions, you want to make sure there's a little gap here, and that's by default, that's what it will do. But also, you want to make sure you don't go through any of the object lines whenever possible. There are some cases where it's not possible and you'll have to do that, but if there's a way to do it without going through the object line, then make sure you do that. All right, so there's a little bit, so this has way too many decimals here. We'll fix that when we're done here. But that's, so far we have 1, 2, 3 for my height, or for my width, and it doesn't duplicate any. So these two don't make up this one, and so on. There's not any duplicates, so that's exactly how I want it. So next, let's do the height. So the height, we start from here and we go 1, 2. So we need 2 for the height. Now, I'm going to do my first one to be the entire height. And again, I don't want to do it right here because then it's going to cross the dimension lines, and I don't want that. It's too messy. So I'm going to do it on this side. And I could do this one of two ways here. I can go do it the whole height here, or I can do it just like I did here and have two together. I can do from here to here and then from here to here as well. Or I can just do this one here. Just typed in 0.5 to make sure it was the same distance away each time. And so that's all I need for the height. Now the depth, we need 1, 2, or again, we can do from the side view, 1, 2, counting every vertical or horizontal. So we need to, let's do dimension again, and I'll do the total depth on the top view. Then again on this side view, do it from there. And that's my 2. That's all I need. Don't have too many, and there's just a problem with this one because it's sticking out here. We don't want to include the dimensions on the outside of the part. So let's we need to change the format of these dimensions anyway. If you go to annotation, and in the annotation tab, or the home tab in the annotation panel, click the arrow on the annotation, and right here we have text, dimensions, leaders, tables. So we want to go to the dimension style. So click on that, and we're going to modify our dimension style. So let's see, symbols and arrow, we need to do primary units. Right now it's a decimal. If you look at the drawing, it's in fractions, so we can come here and do fractional, and we want to do it to the nearest 16th. That's the smallest. So let's leave it 16th. If the smallest was a 32nd, we could do that. We'll just leave it at the 16th here. And then let's see if there's fit. I think we're good to just do 1:1 ratio here. Okay. And then close, see, set current. So it'll set our current dimensions, this format, and then push close. And then just type in refresh. I think that's what it is. Maybe it's not. What is it called? Let's all push escape, get out of that tool. Um, I don't remember the. I can't remember the code. So let's see, I guess we can go to the internet. How to refresh screen in AutoCAD. Redraw refreshes the display. Let's try redraw. Regen, that's what it is. Regenerate. So there we go. Now it puts them all in fraction, and notice it brought this one up, and if it didn't, we can always click on this and move it where we need it to move it. But that's good where it is. And there we have it. That's it.